from Extravaganza, and we're going to be talking about bubble machines. It's probably one of the most fun things to talk about because, well, it makes bubbles. This one we happen to have is one you see a lot of, and if you're having a party or anything like that, like I started with that video in the showroom here, if you have it up high, it's going to be crazy. The important thing is how to use it. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. We're going to have links for this down below. It comes from a whole bunch of different manufacturers. They pretty much get the same box over and over again, so I wouldn't feel too bad about which particular brand you were to buy. I mean, we here, because of the price point, and we're in Canada, so I get one of these from Eagle Star, but there's a whole bunch of different brands out there which do exactly the same thing. What's going on when you look at something like this? Well, this one here happens to have a mounting bracket, so just like we have in our video, I can put this up high, 8 feet to be exact, and blast it in the space. Now, in here we do have a couple of fans that are blowing around, but I mean, the bubbles just keep on going. So, what do we have? We have a paddle wheel system going on. There's 16 bubble blowers, we'll call it that, and on the back side, we've got a fan. There's a big 4-inch fan mounted inside. That blows up the side, whoosh, comes out the top, hits these guys. Don't expect these to be all straight because they are purposely got a wobble in them. So this way it kind of angles the bubbles up and down. It rotates about every 2 seconds. So if you do the math on that, that's like 480 chances for each one to get blown out bubbles, and each one blows out a whole bunch of bubbles because it's kind of like got this little prickly thing going on. For filling it with juice, this is the important thing. Never let the juice sit and stay in the bowl. You basically want to empty it out when you're done and fill it up again when you start over again. You can recycle it if you didn't let it sit and thicken in here. And thickening is just by evaporating over a couple of days. It will definitely evaporate, and then you're going to end up with something that's too thick or dry all the way in the side. That being said, if it did happen, because these things happen, there's a screw on both sides that you can remove. Do not lose the nuts or screws or any part of this piece. There is a screw on the paddle wheel. So you spin the paddle wheel until you find there's a little set screw in there. You're going to take that screw out. That'll let you take the wheel off. Then don't lose that little screw. Then you can take this basket off, wash it out, no problem. You can tilt it a little bit forward and a little bit back. It's not a problem. It's going to change the amount of fluid you actually have inside because the fluid will be leaning to the front of the back. And that's important because how much fluid should you put inside of a bubble machine to have a crazy stupid amount of bubbles? You should just be really trying to cover the paddles themselves, the actual rings. You want to cover the rings, so there's a little arrow here. You want to be between the actual ring and the arrow. You want to be somewhere there. So you look inside and you determine how much does that take. Remember, if you put enough in when it's flat, if you decide to tilt it up a little bit, it's going to change that level of fluid covering the paddle. So you want to make sure you just adjust it. Don't go crazy. Don't fill it up here or anything like that. You're really, if we were to make a line, I'm probably only about halfway here. So there you go. That's what's going on here. So outside of that, it's a shock and awe type product. So what does that mean? It's if you are going to be using this, one, maybe two of them might be required, depending if you're really trying to do a large, big open space, and you want to, maybe you might have even 4 of them. If you need to put this on a remote, if you look on Amazon, I'll try and put a link down below onto our affiliate page. Here we get them at like Costco, but you can certainly get it on Amazon. It's a 2 or 3 pack of remotes, plugs. So basically, it allows you to turn it on and off by the actual remote. This way you can turn them all on and off. Now this is not like a fog machine. You don't have to leave it plugged in so it gets hot and it stays hot, so when you need it, you can just turn it on. This, turn it on 2 seconds later, poof, it's blasting out all these bubbles. So that's really nice thing about bubbles. The downside to this is, one, you want to be using bubble machine juice. You want to be using bubble fluid for the machine you buy. You don't want to just use dish soap or anything like that because, one, that'll leave like soap stains on everything. You want to have something that's high evaporation and has whatever makes it magically work and not leave anything like, as you see in the video, we blasted that for a fair bit of time, and that was basically my second take at doing that. So I had it running twice as long, and it was running over all the equipment over here, but yet there's nothing at all going on. There's no residue left behind. I can't tell that it was there. So that's a good thing. So you definitely want to be buying bubble fluid for your bubble machine. So there you go. That's real important. Outside of that, ours here, just like all the other big brand ones, when we look at the safety sticker, including the power supply, this happens to be very important. It's CUL rated, and it's a class 2 power supply, which basically means it's very, very safe. If something went horribly wrong, you left it in the rain, you left it running, it somehow got wet inside, worst case scenario, it'll just stop working. That's the worst case scenario. Power supply is very, very safe. This is not an outdoor power supply, so of course you don't want to get the power supply itself submerged, but class 2 rated power supply is about as safe as you can get for power supplies. And I say that because, of course, we've got something wet inside of a piece of electronics. They do separate the two very well, but it is up to you as the operator to take care of it. So that's real important. Outside of that, it is super fun. It is super fun. You would turn this on only for, 5 to 10 seconds, and it would just be bubbles everywhere, and then you turn it off again. And it's like everybody's like, what was all that about? So that's the kind of product you're buying when you're getting one of these things. If you leave it run too long on a ceramic floor, a hardwood floor like this countertop, let's say, or on a tile floor, it will build up over time because it can't evaporate as fast as it can make bubbles. So you definitely want to have a shock and awe moment. Kill it with bubbles and then turn it off. If you're using it outdoors, you can run it as long as you want. I mean, there's no limit. I mean, yes, you're going to make your grass slippery, I guess, eventually, because it'll build up eventually wherever it is, but it's just like as if it was raining outside. But like I said, very fun to use. Really good if you just want to have that shock and awe moment. If you're using for a birthday party or anything like that, outdoors definitely better than indoors. If you're indoors and you have carpet, then you're okay. Again, don't let it run too long because it's a crazy amount of bubbles. And if you think, oh, I'd love to have that going, you'll know once you have one, you don't need to run it that long to be really impressive. And even when you turn it off, just like we did here, we ran it for like 15, 20 seconds, stopped, ran it for another 15, 20 seconds. There were bubbles floating, little tiny bubbles all over the place. They were making their way into the office. They were in the back of the stockroom. They were everywhere. Don't ask me how. They didn't pop. They just kept on going, floating in the air like they were, just static in the air. So anyways. That's pretty much it. That's all I got on this one here. Like I said, I like using it. It's a nice to show off piece. It makes everybody happy when it runs. It's just one of those puts a smile on your face kind of product. So there you go. Have a look down below for the pricing on it, depending on where you are. You'll have that link option down there. But everybody loves a bubble machine. So have fun with it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, it's always a good time because we have all kinds of videos which include crazy things like this every once in a while. And then I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.